I want to ask you a question, and the question is, do you believe that you have any power over do you have any power over who you attract into your life? Do you believe that you have any power over who you attract into your life? This question sets the foundation moving forward, okay? Because I'm sure you not only want to figure out who you've been attracting so far, but you also want to start changing it, right? You want to attract another type or a bigger variety of types, right? Yes, by the energy I put out as well. Yes, okay, awesome, love it. Yes, you attract what you put out. Great, loving the awareness, ladies, okay? So this is a great starting point, not only because it's like, okay, yeah, I have to take ownership, but it's truly about, because it's truly about if you don't believe that you have any power over it, you won't be able to change it, okay? So if you're like, everything happens by accident or it's fate or it's just all like predetermined or whatever, if you believe that you have zero control over your life and who you attract into your life, then you're not gonna be able to change it. But if you do have the mindset and you do have the belief that you do have some power when it comes to who you attract into your life, you're going to be able to change it. And that's what it's truly about when I talk about like taking your power back and changing your life. And this not only applies here, but when it comes to everything. I feel like it has something to do with childhood trauma, but I don't know how to fix this. Okay, so we're going to dive in now. And I want to start off by talking about your mother wound and your father wound, which is in the world today referred to as mommy issues and daddy issues that stems from trauma, okay? That's where we're starting. I have the sequence I'm gonna take you through because I want you to understand yourself. I want you to understand yourself first. So growing up, who did you crave the most attention and love and care from? Was it your mom or was it your dad? Who did you crave the most attention from? Okay. Then what we want to look at, is, did you get it? So if you crave the most attention or love from your mom, did you get it? If you crave the most love and attention from your dad, did you get it? And if not, what kind of beliefs did that create? What did that do to you internally? What did that do to you internally? See, so based on this, you're either gonna continue on in life with daddy issues or mommy issues, but a lot of people, and this is not talked about enough, have both. Like I developed both, but I actually wasn't aware of it. I developed both, okay? Rosa, I've known someone for 10 years and we have not seen each other for 8 years. Last weekend we saw each other and he treated me like nothing left and I left. He has not called to apologize, but I want to contact him and close the door, but I don't want to give him the satisfaction. Thank you for sharing. Neither, I have both issues, right? So you go out into the world with mommy issues or daddy issues or both. Okay, and I have done separate master classes on the mother wound and the father wound. These are paid master classes that you can purchase separately where I really go into it, but I just want to give you the context here. So based on what kind of wound you have, so if you have daddy issues, you are operating from the wounded masculine. If you have mommy issues, you're operating from the wounded feminine, okay? And if you have both, you have a combination of both. And what does that mean? That means that with different people in different situations, depending on the dynamics of the situation or who you are around, one side is going to dominate the other. Okay? So these are like the energies that have been wounded from your childhood. Energies that like literally been wounded from your childhood. Okay? And what I want to say here is, this is what really lays the foundation when we're looking at it at a more surface level before we go into like all the types. When you think about someone becoming an empath, which I have a class over the empath and the narcissist, how to break that bond, the empath becoming the empath as a result of the wounded feminine, and a narcissist becoming a narcissist as a result of the wounded masculine, okay? And then that paints the picture and helps you understand why these two types usually attract one another, because of the polarity. Because of the polarity, okay? So this is where we're starting. To understand the wounded feminine, to understand the wounded masculine, to understand that you may have mommy issues, or you may have daddy issues, or you may have both. And this is gonna help you understand who you've been attracting. Now, when I start breaking down the types, you're like, okay, it's because I have the mother wound, I have these mommy issues, and this is why I'm attracting this type. So when you understand your type and the way you've been operating, and what kind of wounds that you have, then when you start healing those wounds and you actually change your energy inside of you, you start attracting different types of people, okay? And this is what I'm talking about, you having the power, because you're the originator, like you are the foundation of it. When you put yourself out there, you radiate something. Two people who are both very, very masculine are not going to be attracted to one another. They may have some like physical attraction, but it's not going to work long term. And when I talk about the feminine and the masculine, I'm not talking about a woman and a man. I'm talking about the energies, okay? Which both men and women have both. Men and women have both energies, okay? So I just want to put it out there. Okay. Let's see, I think both my dad wasn't very present physically or emotionally. I didn't realize him not being around wasn't normal until I got older and wondered why he never did things with us. My mom taught me from a very young age not to ever rely on anyone for anything because people will always disappoint you. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. So you see, you're starting to put out, all of you are starting to say things that you remember that your parents said or your parents instilled into you or that your parents shared with you. And these beliefs, processes of looking at the world are like deeply ingrained into us without us even realizing it. And when we start bringing out the things that we learn from our parents, we start looking at the type of people we've been attracting, and it starts making sense. It starts making sense because of what we were taught, but also what we were shown. Also what we were shown. What did you see growing up? What kind of relationships did your mom have if she was single? Did she bring men around or did she not? If you had both parents in the household, how was their dynamic? What did you learn about love? What did you tell yourself about relationships? When you thought about your future relationships when you were younger, what did you visualize? What did you tell yourself? And now as you're older, what are you telling yourself when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love? When you see other couples that are successful in their relationship, what do you feel? What do you think? What do you tell yourself? Oh, that's amazing. Because they have it, that means it's possible for me too, and I can't wait for my time. I can't wait to have that too. Or do you go, they must be miserable, they just pretend to be happy? Or do you go, oh, that's too good to be true? Or do you go, that will never happen for me, I'm not fortunate enough, I'm not worthy enough? Okay? What happens? What comes to mind? What do you feel in your body? So I'm just giving you a little bit of the basics to start pondering on this. Like, where are you at? Like in your headspace, but also in your body. And then link it back to what you were shown and what you were taught in your childhood. And look at the way that you are perceiving other couples, as well as the type of people that you attract into your life, okay? Because that's the change we want to make. I think I want that for me. Amazing. So you already believe in the possibility. A lot of people don't believe it's possible for them. If you already don't believe it's possible for you to have true love, whatever that looks like for you, it won't happen. Okay? And this is why I'm suggesting that you start looking back into your childhood to see what kind of beliefs did you form in the first place. and then start working on those so you can start fresh, so you can start clean, right? With a new belief that sets you up for success. Rose said, I visualize being a great wife. I'm a great woman, but I can't seem to attract my person, or I'm so hard to let someone in. Men tell me I am too independent. Okay. So that alone is telling me that you are very masculine. You're very masculine. And now I'm going to break down the 4 main types. And you're not going to only notice that you are attracting one or more of these types, but you also may be one of the types. See, I believe the beauty of coaching and doing what I do is so many times when women show up in my world and they're like, okay, I want to figure this situation out, or I want to figure this person out, they end up figuring out themselves. Because we kind of look at ourselves as separate from the world, and I have a problem here, and this person is an issue, and I can't figure this out. And then we try to figure out all those different situations, and we try to figure out the person, but the only one we really need to care about is ourselves. Once we get ourselves in line and check in a way that works for us, everything else starts falling into place. Okay, and that's the